How's practice been so far for the bowl game?
Good, good. We practiced one time 2 weeks ago, and then we practiced twice this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Every practice has gotten better. Today was a Monday, so we kind of are in a little bit different environment with our pads. We wear shocks today, and we just kind of go through game review. It's almost like post after you play a game. So we just kind of try to get back right into our normal game week schedule. You'd like to have 2 game weeks going into the bowl game. With finals where they were at, and with the shortened time to prepare, we'll get about a week and a half preparation. And so this is our true game week. So today was just like a regular Monday during the season. Guys are flying around. I thought we did a competition red zone period at the end of Saturday's practice, and it was really good energy, and the players are bouncing around. I think they've made the transition nicely.
Are all the assistants the same assistants? Is everybody here? Nobody's left?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, we're all here. Yeah, we're the same ones that have been coaching for 12 games.
How have y'all split up recruiting?
That's for the new staff to worry about. I'm here to talk about the bowl game. So as far as recruiting, I've been recruiting. There's other assistants that have been recruiting when asked to. We're trying to do the best job we can at both things. And that's a tough juggle at this point now that we started game week practice. And it's obviously comes at a good time because of the dead period. So right now we're really focused on trying to prepare our team to beat a really good Wake Forest team.
What's been the toughest thing for you, or has it been a tough thing, the adjustment from being assistant and going up and say, okay, we're going to do this, guys, we're going to do that?
Yeah, it hasn't really been being in front of the team, because with special teams, I'm in front of 60 or 80 of them, almost every day. I think the biggest adjustment has just been trying to do it the best way that I know how, with advice from Coach Sumlin and other mentors that I've had in this profession the last 18 years. Also, at the same time, really time management for me, just juggling everything from a meeting room schedule to a staff meeting schedule to recruiting. There's just a lot of hats you got to wear right there, and I've just tried to do as consistent job as I can. But that's probably been the biggest part, is the time man. You got to fit like meals in, and it's very few times you're able to get a workout. So I know Coach Sumlin's pain now as a head coach.
How do you think?
Bulls than normal?
I tried not to, because stress level could be possibly high here the next couple of weeks. Get ready for this game, so I don't want to fall out as the interim head coach on the sidelines.
Why do you think the players have made the transition so well from the old staff to the new staff?
I think really just goes back to recruiting. There's 2 ways you can go about recruiting. You can take the best, most talented players regardless of their character, and you can take the best, most talented players and have great character. And I think that's what we've done. I think in the last 3.5 classes and 3.5 years, we really focused on that. And so I think you have a lot of good kids in that locker room that are team guys, not I guys. And I think they want to do the best job they can as a team, not only in the absence of Coach Sumlin, but also in the incoming Coach Fisher. So this is a tight-knit team. This is a self-starter group, and I think they've kind of bonded together. We obviously know where we're at now, from what's happened to where we're headed, and I think that's important for the kids to know in the big picture too.
What is Zakoven Henderson's status with the team?
He is suspended indefinitely, yeah.
Do you see him playing the bowl game, or
No.
have you made that decision?
Not at this point, but I'm not, there's a lot of legal things there involved with that I'm not, at liberty to comment on. Right now we're moving forward with the group that we have, and that's all we can really focus on until the university goes through their actions and also the law.
Since Coach Fisher's had you on a couple recruiting trips with him, do you expect to be back next year type of thing now?
Like I said, right now it's about our team and preparing for Wake Forest. So as far as my future is concerned, I'll figure that out when it's time to figure that out, which is after this bowl game.
So Wake Forest, what team do they look like the most that you'll have played this year?
I'm not sure about that, but I am sure that they beat a really good NC State team at the end of the season. They played very competitively against Clemson and Florida State and also Duke. They've got an unbelievable quarterback in their offensive system. They set the all-time record at Wake Forest for points scored a game, over 30 points a game. They play with a really fast tempo, and so that's very difficult to prepare for. Defensively, they've gotten a lot better, and they've got a lot of guys coming back. They got 2 really good defensive ends, a really good middle linebacker, 2 secondary players with over 3 interceptions. So we've got our hands full, and I think when you travel east against an opponent that's excited to play like they are, hey, don't worry, we're going to get our guys excited to play. They'll be motivated. I think right now we're just trying to get back out there and get our team rolling, get our offense, defense, special teams together. And then as we get through Tuesday, Wednesday practice, we'll be really gearing towards Wake Forest and their personnel.
So up-tempo, how high is their tempo? Is it like what?
As fast as we've played.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do they do that consistently more than you all have tried to do it?
Yeah, they're consistently fast. Yeah, that's their strength by far. They get approximately over 90 plays a game.
Wow.
Yeah.
John Wolford, does he remind you of any quarterback you guys faced this year?
No, but maybe like a Shea Patterson or someone like that. You know, he can get himself out of jams. They run a fast tempo zone read offense with a lot of RPOs. They're able to dump the ball off to the tight end. He's a phenomenal player. They got 2 outside receivers that are pretty good. They lost one of their really good returners / slots, who's probably their leading receiver, Dortch, for the season. But John Wolford's been able to make it happen no matter what the situation and circumstance. You know, they go and win like they did against NC State and almost have a chance to win at the end of the game against Duke. So, I mean, this is a team that's going to be in it. They're going to be motivated. They're going to be excited, and he's the leader, but no doubt.
How much more involved have you been in kind of the offensive and defensive game planning, or are you leaving that up to?
Yeah, no, I haven't focused at all at offensive, defensive game planning. I've really just tried to stick with the special teams part of it and then just ask Coach Mazzoni and Coach Chavis how they want to structure practice and what can help us win this game. It might be a little bit different because, you know, they're probably not going to run the same schemes we're running offense and defensively. So what we want to do is focus on our opponent more and maybe what we run less, just so we can get a little more play specific. So we're not out there as long because we don't need to run a bunch of plays against a scout team. We'd rather try to get good on good and go against Wake Forest's offense and defense.
Hey, Jeff, have you gotten the
Are
sense?
you considering that you see more and more players sit out bowl games like this?
Yeah.
How surprised are you that Christian's still playing?
Not at all. That's who he is. You know, he's got great character and he's got a great sense of team. And he's been a professional since he stepped in here, even as a high school senior, early, mid-year enrollee. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised any of our players are going to play and not sit out because that's just kind of what Coach Sumlin has fostered, that we're going to take care of them throughout their career here, and that we're going to make sure that we put them in the best position. And then I also think our guys have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder to finish just the right way. You know, had we won the last 2 games and the circumstances happened the way they did, then maybe it's different because they felt like they finished strong. But with losing the last game the way we did, I think everyone's got a bitter taste in their mouth, and we're going to certainly play on that with our players going forward to the Wake Forest game.
Has Christian told you anything at all about whether this might be his last game?
No, that's not. I mean, that's not for me to ask, and that's not for me to worry about. Christian's been an unbelievable player and person for our team. Him and his parents will sit down after the bowl game as time permits. When they need to make a decision, and they'll make an educated decision. I mean, you know, he's one of the best players in the country. He's consistently for 3 years caught the ball and returned the ball against everybody as good as there is in the country in the SEC West. And so certainly he's done an unbelievable job for Texas A&M, and we just want to have him play really well in the bowl game, and then they can decide that that's their decision.
What kind of tone does that set for the players when a guy like Christian decides he wants to play in that bowl game?
Yeah, I don't think they're wondering that, you know. I mean, when do they know that's going to happen, right? We don't kick off for another 12 or 13 days. So I think it's just what it is. You know, some of these decisions probably are very individual based, as it's happened in the past, the last 2 or 3 years, a growing trend. But most of our players are just out here getting ready to go. A lot of them are playing seniors in all-star games. A lot of them are trying to get themselves ready to play one final really good game for Texas A&M. And, hey, look, this is a school about tradition. This is a school about loyalty. And that's how they see it, all right? And so maybe at other schools it's not that way, but it is at Texas A&M.
Has Coach Fisher been involved at all in the day-to-day operations, and have you got the sense that it's been difficult for him to kind of keep his hands off going into the bowl game?
No, he's been unbelievable. It's been great for my transition as an interim head coach. It's been very understanding of any time constraints that I have, any time constraints our staff has. He's been, he's been awesome to be around in terms of knowing that the situation is sensitive. And he's been very sensitive to all of us and very complimentary. And we've just been trying to do the best job we can to help him and his staff going forward and help our players. And now it's kind of shifted because it's the dead period to really our team. And so we're kind of back in it, ready to roll. Friday, Saturday practices were great. Sunday they were off. We were game planning, and now we're full speed ahead against Wake Forest.
But has Jimbo been at all the practices?
I'm not aware of that. He's been at some.
Okay.
The days between when Coach Shulman was fired and when Jimbo was hired, what was that like for you personally? And what was kind of the conversations that you and the coaching staff had with the players in that time period?
I think it was just one of, make sure that we're doing everything we can as a staff to finish it the right way, regardless if we're getting retained or not. I think it was go out and see all the guys that are committed and the heavily recruited guys that we've been spending a lot of time trying to get to this recruiting class, regardless of whether we're going to be here or not. And then I think it was one of, make sure that, we were worried about Coach Sumlin and making sure that we're in contact with him and making sure if he needs us for anything as well as far as support is concerned.